All right, my darling, let's see where we go. Welcome into Tuesday. Hope everything is great. We still have the new moon in Capricorn on the 23rd, and we are doing the solstice, all right, this week on the 21st. So lots going on. I've been talking about this for a couple of days already. Thank you for all your well wishes. I am on the mend. Yes, it was kind of a sicky weekend, but doing okay now. So let's see where we're going. I am going to do a few things this week that I think are going to be a little bit different, but let's see where we go. All right. We are going to be doing our lives this week. All apologies for missing the lives last week. Between the travel and the illness, it just got away from me a little bit. So my apologies. All right. Try to rectify that this week. Let's see where we go. Maybe something special. That would be fun. So Sagittarius. Special. All right. Joy and delight. Right? Joy and delight. All right, let's see if I can do this for you. Joy and delight. Now you'll see this better. Fellow travelers, fogged in. Over this next week, I mean, we do have the holidays coming up. The year-end kind of stuff can, just kind of stop things in its tracks. In terms of progress, we still have Mars in retrograde in Gemini. I do think that the new moon in Capricorn kind of mitigates that energy a little bit. So that's kind of a nice thing. I've heard a couple of astrologers talk about that. And I do feel like it is a time of togetherness. The fellow travelers, the, sort of way of being in life, way you're doing life, support is all around you. It's time to find the tribe. Some of you may have people around who are kind of blocking you know how they say that you're like the 5 people you spend the most time with? So choose wisely, all right? Especially during these holidays. I know we can't always choose to do that or to, who exactly is in our surround. But, I love this time of year because especially this week for this 2022 year, this time of planting the seeds during the new moon in Capricorn and the energy that's really going to be really beautiful next year. We have had that Saturn square Uranus. We have had those things going on for the past 2 years. It has made us decide between innovation or going back. So it's almost like that chasm is now getting more and more further apart. So remember, I talk about that a little bit with like 1 foot on the boat and 1 foot on the dock. And for a long time, you could kind of go back and forth and the boat would still be at the dock and you could kind of go back and forth. The boat's moving off now, and that's the innovative energy of Uranus. The energy of tradition and how we've always done it is going to be staying where it's been. And if you're looking to really move forward, it can be about finding a new tribe. Okay? There can just be some situations that you might want to minimize. I don't want to have too many contacts with a certain person or certain group of people. Like you've decided like, well, this is the group of people that I hang with and we go out and we drink a lot and stuff like that. And maybe I don't want to do that anymore. And so those relationships could kind of diminish because you don't have that in common anymore. But I do feel like a spiritual group of people coming in. And I think for the end of the year, we are experiencing a little bit of this fogged in energy. It's okay. It is the planting of the seeds, the preparation for the new year. I will be doing something. I want to do a video for you guys about 2023, especially as it relates to North Node. I was noticing that a lot of you have gone back and watched my North Node readings that I did quite a while ago, maybe a year ago, about each sign. And I think I might want to do something like that again. And also definitely project into 2023, because in 2023, the North Node, which is always in retrograde, will be going back into Aries. It's been in Taurus for about a year now. Okay, it was January last year that really moved, or this year that moved into Taurus. And so next summer, the North Node will be moving into Aries, about 18 months, okay, that the North Node stays in a sign. And so it's going to be moving into Aries. And so Aries and Libra, if you have a lot of Aries and Libra energy in your chart, if you have, meaning it's loud, like your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, any of those like core Mercury, Mars, right? Any of those core planets, if you have a lot of energy in Libra and Aries, you're going to feel it a lot next year. And I'll go through that. I'll talk about the eclipses and what that will look like. So just stay tuned for that. I think I'd like to do that before the end of the year. All right, so keep your eyes to the sky. All right, let's see what's going on in the reading. All right, Charlie. All right, let's see. Four of Wands underneath. And then, sorry, we have the Judgment card and we have the Strength card. And let's lay out the rest of it before I start talking. King of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Ace of Swords, Six of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and the Two of Swords. There's just something here that is like something about simplicity, streamlining things, really working, from your place of truth. I get the feeling that there's, a lot going on around you, the Seven of Cups, a lot happening. This is, the energy of kind of celebration here. I feel like that, definitely the King of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, like lots of gifts being offered, which of course is what's happening this time of year. But I think it has more to do with what are the lessons that we have learned, and are we incorporating them? Are we aligned with our truth and saying, okay, that not every lesson that comes in is meant to be, oh, I need to change myself to that. Sometimes the lessons that come through are confirmation that it's time to take back your power. Okay. And instead of, trying to make everything, work, there's a lot of you guys on the channel and I talk about codependent patterns and, what is unhealthy, what is interdependent, and what is unhealthy. Okay. And I just get the feeling of a lot more independence here, moving toward the new cycle, moving toward the new year, excited to really live in your truth, like unashamedly, unabashedly. This is what I've learned, is that it's important for me to align with my own truth. And when things are being asked of me or whatever, I do now have to kind of every single time say, am I in alignment with this? Is this something that I feel is important to my path or my journey? Or is this drama and nonsense and something that's just taking my focus away? Simple, focus, simplicity, clear out the clutter, stop with all, any kind of drama and nonsense needs to go away. Instead, handling it in a very King of Swords, Ace of Swords, kind of like, this is what I'm going to do about it. And that's what I said, right? There's not, I also feel like this is not a negative thing. This is more like you have a lot to pick and choose from now, because you're so much aligned with your truth or your mission and purpose, or what you're seeing as your vision for the future. So aligned with that. And this year might have some of you may have let yourself get out of alignment because of good stuff. It's not just like other people doing stuff to you or anything like that. It's not that. It's much more about, hey, there's like lots of awesomeness to choose from. What am I going to choose? I'm going to choose the thing that is in my vision for what I want to create. So let's say, I'll make this super simple because you could go a lot of different ways with this. This time of year, everybody's talking about diets and exercise and doing all these better things for your health. And that's awesome. Instead of having a lot of resolutions, can we just say that, okay, I want to be healthier? That seems kind of nebulous. Really write down what you mean by that. Does being healthier mean that you are going to move more every day? Does it mean you're not going to, eat those croissants every day? Or something. What does that mean to you? Because to me, that might mean, okay, I'm going to step it up to running 5 miles now, and I'm going to get my bike out in the spring, and I'm going to blah, blah, blah. But for other people, healthy might be mental health. It might be cutting out crime podcasts. It might be, moving away from the news and finding news from sources that aren't like attack, right? Like whatever it means for you, be specific about it. And then can we just say every single time we're given a choice or we're given an opportunity, we'll call these opportunities. This is not meant to be like people are after me or anything like that. It's just like when something shows up for you, you have a choice of how to handle it. And if something is not in alignment with that health, so if you have a mental health concern, like, there's been too much overwhelming nonsense, too much drama in my life, I want to reduce that. How are you going to do that? And what choices are you going to make so that when it crops up, you're going to look at it and go, okay, this is what I'm going to do about it. This is what I'm going to, so you already have a plan. Okay. So you already have a plan. And this does feel a little bit to me like some of you may be saying no to a lot of opportunities that are coming up either for entertaining or for the holidays. You might be saying no to parties, a lot of parties or something like that. It just feels like there's this sense of, I just want peace. And what's going on internally is very much in alignment with that. The Four of Wands and the Strength and the Judgment card. It's like you're finding your peace through meditation or through doing these things, reducing your news diet or reducing the drama news kind of thing, moving away from that kind of stuff, and choosing what you want, Nine of Cups, without it getting so overwhelming. Sometimes in the holidays, we can make too many promises to people, or there's expectations that people have. And I always say expectations will get you every single time because it's almost like the unwritten rules or the red flags that people trip over. If your family has an expectation of a certain thing happening every year, and this year you're like, nah, not really into it, you're going to have to communicate that, Ace of Swords, and stick by it and just be like, look, this is, part of my mental health work for 2023 is that I'm not really going to be doing X, Y, and Z. So, have a great time. It's just not on, it's not in my, it's not what I want to do right now. Thank you very much. And simple, right? Simple. Let's not make this complicated. So I'm going to clarify a couple of these because this is moving forward into obviously to a new year, but a new paradigm of sorts. A new paradigm of sorts. Five of Wands, Fool, Two of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. Very much a similar kind of thing. Some of you have a lot of drama. Some of you have a lot of drama in your life. Ugh. Right? So, the drama can come from, for a long time, you not really standing up for yourself. Okay? Not standing up for yourself. In a way, it might not seem terrible because to you anyway, until it collapses on you, that you've been, doing so much for other people, or you've been kind of like, okay, there's a lot of offers coming in. All of a sudden I've got like 20 parties to go to this week. And I'm like, oh my God, right? There's just this, it's not bad stuff. It's just a lot. Okay. And I think some of you, it's about not being able to say no. Okay. And some of you, it's about, speaking your truth about things, especially if people have unwritten expectations or something that's not said out loud. And I feel like there's a little bit of not abiding by these unspoken contracts anymore. Because it's like, who really agreed to that? I think that was like some expectation that somebody had of you, and don't think you need to live up to it anymore. Okay. I just think people are getting free of those things and living more authentically, especially around the holidays. I do think COVID changed the way we wanted to celebrate. It showed us maybe a different way. Not that, we're all going to be in lockdown during the holidays or anything like that, but it kind of showed us an opportunity to take time, quiet time for ourselves, an opportunity to be in the company of people we want to be in the company of, and saying yes to some things and saying no to some other things, and realizing that even when there's stuff in the past that you have always done because that's what's expected of you, it's like the expectations, it's almost like a clearing of that. Okay, there's a clearing of that, of those expectations. So much coming through that there's a stop. Okay, there's a Two of Swords. So Seven of Cups, let me clarify this for a second. King of Wands, Ten of Cups, Three of Swords, and the Temperance card. So still we are just at the tail end of Sag season. We're moving into Capricorn season. And I think there is this really like everything is awesome or it sucks. Like there's very little middle ground here. This can be a relationship that you have that you feel like everything is, it's either really great or it's terrible, but there's not much middle ground. There's like nowhere, there's nowhere to sit that it's just peace. There's always stuff going on, or there's negative stuff going on, positive stuff or negative stuff, but there's like no peace. There's no just like Tuesday, right? Like I go about my work and I do my life and I, you know, put out the garbage and stuff, and it's just Tuesday. Okay. Not everything has to be a high holiday. Not everything has to be in the depth of despair. I feel like that's the choice you're making here, to no longer be in that energy, to not be having drama about it even. Okay. Because I think drama comes from unspoken expectations. And I do think that you are making some space now for something that you do really want. Something that is going to be peace, something that is going to be joyful, something that is going to be Tuesday sometimes. Okay, Tuesday. So let's see where we go with this. I do see a lot of Sag energy here. The fire signs are here, Leo. So I'll look for fire signs here, and I also see water signs. So I'll pull some cards for the fire signs and the water signs, a little extra guidance for you. There's a link below if you want to continue on with this reading. If you're part of Pathfinders, it's just going to continue on.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.